This is Assessment 2, Part B Poster Presentation for EDN449. My name is Jordan Wright, student number 33186461. I've done my poster on Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD. Now, just a description of the disorder. So, ADHD is a childhood onset neurodevelopmental disorder that causes developmentally impairing and inappropriate inattention, impulsivity, and motor hyperactivity, often continuing into adult life. ADHD affects approximately 3 to 4% of the population of children and is typically more common in boys than girls. It's passed down with multiple genes and non-inheritable factors that contribute to the disorder. Despite all of the research conducted and the current knowledge of the disorder, the definitive cause for it are still unknown. The symptoms of ADHD vary greatly and cause a range of behavioral problems at and in the schooling environment, as well as outside of a schooling setting. Some of these typical behaviors include aggression and non-compliance. To diagnose ADHD, there is no single test that can be used. There also must be symptoms present before the age of 12. Symptoms may be present in the very early years of childhood, but they are quite difficult to distinguish from other highly variable normative behaviors before the age of 4. Children with ADHD are more likely not to be as strong academically when compared with their peers. The diagnosis of ADHD is typically based around either the inattentiveness or hyperactivity impulsivity, or both traits of the disorder. When the prognosis of ADHD is given, it's important that interventions are implemented as soon and as smooth as possible. In particular, during the primary school years for the child, one of the symptoms and issues that occur from this disorder is inattentiveness. This is one of the major reasons for major impact on a student's productivity, functionality, and quality of life. There are numerous issues that arise from the inattentiveness that is from ADHD. Some of these include careless mistakes, failure to listen when instructed, inattention to detail, difficulties with organization, and forgetfulness, to name a few. Now, I've got a teaching strategy that can be implemented. So the first teaching strategy is one classroom strategy that can be effective is a peer-mediated approach. This approach was created by Dilawari and Tripathi, who combine the works of DePaul and Waynard together with Regis and Cronus. The strategy involves pairing children with ADHD up with peers who are capable of tutoring and aiding them to accomplish academic tasks. There are easy to follow steps that can be used to implement this strategy into the classroom, and these include, so step 1 is to divide the class in half, form pairs of students from each of these halves, ask students to take turns in mentoring and tutoring their partners, then provide the tutors with an academic script to follow. The students that are tutoring need to provide praise to correct answers that the partners give, and the teacher should be encouraging this. Tutors need to correct errors immediately and give their partners the opportunity to practice the correct answer. And finally, the teacher needs to be monitoring the pairs and provide additional praise to the pairs displaying the desired behaviors. These tutoring sessions should be structured so that they last about 20 minutes a session, as well as allocating an extra 5 minutes at the end to pack up and chart progress. So that's the first teaching strategy. The second teaching strategy is by the Children's Attention Project. And this is an online resource that teachers can easily access from the link provided at the bottom of this poster. The project gives additional information to students about students with ADHD and from teachers' perspective. ADHD is hard work for teachers. The project has a few tips and teaching learning strategies that teachers are able to implement in their own classrooms. It also highlights the importance of the physical environment for a student with ADHD. These children work best under close monitoring and with minimal distractions. Some of the strategies that they suggest to include, so placing a student closest to you. Being at the front of the class often diminishes many visual distractions. Place the student next to quiet, hardworking peers. Avoid having the students sit in large groups with many students. Take into consideration that sitting for long periods can be difficult for these students. Use displays for classroom rules, assignment tasks, and expectations, as well as routines. Implementation of a traffic light to help contain talking. So that would be red is no talking, orange low talking, and green open talking is allowed. And just at the bottom of the poster I've got the resources and references. Thank you very much.